Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. If you are new to my channel, you may wonder, well, why is this guy wearing all seasons hats and shirts? But his channel's called Hillbilly RV. That's because the name of my mobile RV business that I started 23 years ago is All Seasons Mobile RV Service. And that was the name of my YouTube channel for a while, and just recently I changed it to the Hillbilly RV channel. Hey, I don't say this very much anymore, but please don't forget to give my videos a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not. Ring that notification bell. Be sure and check out my my new Amazon storefront. The link will be in the description below. And you definitely don't have to, but if you feel compelled, go to my Patreon or my PayPal link. It'll be on the I tell you what, I'm gonna start putting a link to those down here too, if I can figure that out. And please, like I say, you don't have to donate to this channel, but if you would, it would be greatly appreciated, and it would help us to make better content. Let's talk about one of my recent videos. Cameron and I replaced a slide topper fabric on a Carefree slide topper. I'll put a link to that video right here if you want to go look at it. We just don't do a lot of Carefree awnings in this area. I'm much more familiar with Dometic, and you may watch this video and think this guy's an idiot. Well, you might be right, but I feel that a good RV tech. And it's not only the RV, and anybody that works with their hands. A lot of times, you just don't know it all. People think RV tech that's been in the business for 25 years, they think I know everything. Well, that is so far from the truth. I don't know everything, and if I did know it, I may have forgotten it. but truthfully. I think the sign of a good tech, whether it's an RV industry or whatever, just learn on the fly. Sometimes you just gotta tear into something and just figure it out as you go. Everybody before YouTube was really kind of like that. If you were a do-it-yourselfer or whatever, you tore into it, and if you could figure it out, awesome. If you couldn't, you'd phone a friend, use that lifeline. But most everything I know, I've learned just by doing it. Not so many years ago, even auto mechanics was the same way. The guys may go to school, or they may have on-the-job training or whatever. But still, you just kind of figured it out as you went. Nowadays, I watch a lot of auto mechanics on YouTube, and these guys, the resources these guys have now is just incredible. If you need to know how to take a dash apart, they just go to the websites that they have to subscribe to. They have to pay for that information, and it tells them just piece by piece by piece how to take a dash apart. How to find a component. As far as I know, there's nothing like that available to the RV industry. Sometimes we have to just go hunt for stuff. If we're looking for a slide room controller, or a leveling system controller, I know where they like to hide that stuff, but still, sometimes I have to really go search for it. Sometimes it's like behind a panel where you have to, take screws out to find it. And I've spent I spent way too much time looking for stuff like that. And some people get upset with me when I don't know everything. And I just don't, and I won't know everything. I'm learning all the time. I had a customer not so long ago that working on their leveling system. Yeah, they had one of it was a hydraulic leveling system, and one of their hydraulic jacks was leaking down. And they told me that when they were driving the motorhome, that the jack would actually keep retracting. I was like, I never heard of that. Well, they showed it to me, and it was true. And she was so upset that I didn't know that they had to tell me something about their motorhome that I didn't know. You know, I can't know everything. There's no way. You know, today everybody has this media right here, YouTube. You know, and I'm guilty of it too. I watch YouTube videos to learn. You know, I guess when I really started watching YouTube, I was working on a pickup. I was pulling the engine out of my '06 Chevy pickup, and there was about 4 or 5 bolts that I couldn't figure out how to get to them. They were so far away. I couldn't even touch these bolts, and I had to get these bolts out. So I went to YouTube. That's when I really found out how useful YouTube could be. That's when I found the South Main Auto channel. Eric, he's a self-employed mechanic up in New York State, and he does some fantastic videos. I watched his videos, and I found out how to get to those bolts, and I've been a big fan of his ever since. I watched every video he's done. Gosh, that was 3 years ago. I watched every video he's done. So yeah, so you know, we do have this YouTube thing, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to teach you how to work on your own RVs. So we all do have that medium now. And I tell you, a lot of the RV stuff I watch out there is really, as far as I'm concerned, it's not very good information. You know, there's some good information, but there's a whole lot of bad information. So just be careful who you're watching, and watch more than one source, because you know, everybody's got their way of doing everything, and it is the only way to do it. I've got the same problem. As far as this series, the Tech Talk series, if there's anything that you would like for me to discuss, you know, we can turn the camera around to another wall and put the whiteboard up. You know, we can draw stuff out. If you guys and gals have any questions at all that you'd like to see done here, please just let me know. Leave me a comment in this video right here, and you know, I don't know how often we'll do these. It just kind of depends on how well it's received. It's like the live streams. You know, there's just not a lot of people come watch the live streams. So you know, I think we're going to try and have another one this month. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait till May. I don't know. But y'all let me know what you think of the live streams. Those of you who have watched and participated, and let me know if there's something that we can do better there. Did anybody watch the flooded camper video that came out just recently? If not, I'll put a link right here. We talked about, you know, some of the things that happens when a camper gets flooded. Well, funny enough, I went to the same area, probably within a half a mile where I did that video yesterday, and a gentleman said he was having some trouble with a camper, and I went up, and I immediately figured out that the converter was not charging the batteries. So they had been putting a battery charger on the battery. They bought a brand new battery, put a battery charger on it to keep the battery charged up so the 12-volt system in the coach would work. So I immediately, you know, just went to the converter and done a little checking. I've also got an older video. I will put a link to that one right here. Now, please bear with me. That was one of my very early videos. The camera that I had at that time was not very good. I was very early into this learning about YouTube and how to talk to a camera and get my points across. So please don't judge me by that video, but go check it out. In that video, I'll show you how to diagnose and replace the converter. But I actually pulled that converter out yesterday, replaced it, and he's good to go now. But I wanted to show you something. I brought this converter in here. I wanted to show you something. Now, as soon This sets in the bottom of the converter, okay? So this part is sticking out, that's what you see. Well, the first thing I noticed was the mud. All right, I even wiped a little bit off with my finger right there. So yeah, as soon as I took the cover off that converter, I was like, this camper's been flooded. And he's like, I didn't think you'd catch it. I said, I've seen too many flooded campers, man, to miss that. He's like, yeah. He said, it got just a little bit of water in the floor. I said, well, looks to me like it got at least 8 inches of water in the floor, because it pretty much covered this converter. There's mud all over it. And mud looks completely different than dust. As soon as I open up a converter or a furnace, because those are the two electrical things that are usually really close to the floor. As soon as I open those up, I can tell you right away if it's been flooded, because nobody ever thinks to clean this part. They clean the campers up, do a pretty good job. I've worked on a lot of campers in the last 25 years that the people may have just bought or just recently bought, and I'm there working on something, and I go, oh, when was this camper flooded? And they go, what? What do you mean flooded? It's like, oh yeah, this camper's been flooded. Well, the guy I bought it from didn't say nothing. Well, I'm telling you, it was flooded. And I think in that video where I done the estimate on the flooded camper, I told you the converter is one thing that will never live being underwater. Physically, I don't know what is wrong with this converter. I don't see any corrosion, but something in here does not like to be wet. It gets wet, flood wet, muddy water. It will work, for a week or a month. I think this guy told me this one probably worked for about a month. And then it quit because they don't like to be flooded. Like I said, I don't know, what's wrong with that converter. I just know that when they flood, they'll work for a while, but they're not going to work for long. So yeah, we got him all fixed up. He's happy. So then we just moved on to the next one. So hey, I think that's all I have for today, and I really appreciate you watching. And like I say, just let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of these, and we'll definitely do more. These are pretty easy to do. Actually, I can do these in the evening or a rainy day, something like that. And so yeah, we can do more of these. So again, just thanks for watching, and I am going to go down the road and fix another one. And y'all have a fantastic day.